Hello all together. Today I want to talk about a time of the day that has fascinated human mankind probably at all times. The night. The crossing from daytime to night is the evening, the time when most people have finished work, and in summertime many foregather in the beer gardens or, like here in Düsseldorf, in the streets in front of the bars and breweries and enjoy their leisure time. When then the nightfall comes, probably everybody deems it a special time with its own unique atmosphere. At that time, it's as if the world moves together and concentrates on the particular spot where oneself is located. The dark limits the eyesight, and as always, when something is restricted, other things step forward or at all become apparent in our perception. Because of the fact that to humans the vision sense is by far the most important one and usually dominant, all other senses only really then come into life when this is limited. While at daytime one usually has to protect oneself from too much auditive input, that often is rather unpleasant noise like traffic, construction noise, etc., the night shows complete different ones, such as voices in conversation, laughing and music. When you just look at that and for example auditively imagine the same street at the day and at night time, or eventually just compare the impressions, you can evaluate the vast impact that derives from that, psychologically and spiritually. This then leads to another phenomenon that especially occurs at a late hour, about from 11 p.m. to the early morning. At night, people are more self-conscious than at daytime. It's meant in its intrinsic sense of the spiritual oneness with oneself and one's soul, but that usually, or maybe even always, includes also the trivial meaning of a self-confident appearance. An exception to this are maybe people who work in a night environment, such as hosts, barkeepers, DJs, dancer, etc., who gets paid to deliver performance, even though when he actually loves his job, has to be orientated to the outside. He has to stick to certain rules or terms of reference that's normal and necessary. Someone who is illuminated might be able to handle that, but that's not something that can be taken for granted. But I frankly suggest that for people who at night go out in their leisure time for pleasure, having the opportunity to be oneself is the underlying reason why they cherish nightclubs and night bars. Being surrounded by people, drinking something or listening to music is possible at daytime as well. But this unique combination from everything, including the state of mind that is created by the atmosphere, you only encounter at night. The conversations are different as well. At daytime, it's usually about trivialities. That's how I just call everything that has to do with work, school, university, vacation, appointments, errands, and everyday problems. At night, complete different topics occur. Very often then it's about things which are really important and relevant to the corresponding people. And very often it's about something they at daytime or at all don't talk about with their friends, family, or associates. At daytime, especially in the usual environment of work, school, or university, sadly enough these settings eat up most of the lifetime and of the day, it's always about complying with the norm or an ideal that has been put on you from above. This is the case even with things that maybe no one talks about, and that may even not exist officially, like a dress code in a company. You may feel absolutely free about what to wear, but when you infringe the unwritten, you will see that this is not wanted. I'm not saying that I'm against the dress code, a certain standard. If I had a company with employees, I sure would keep an eye on these things as well. But the point is that even such supposed trifles constrict people in their self-expression, even though they don't realize it. Politeness and friendliness are expected, performance and efficiency of course. The last years there are more and more muscles as well, which are fastened tighter and tighter. Paramahansa Yogananda, a great spiritual teacher from the last century, who is very much honored by me, has said once, "The day belongs to the devil, the night belongs to God." When I read this sentence years ago, I thought, well, I actually thought it rather would be the other way around. But now I must say the man is right. The night not accidentally attracts the humans in such a magical way as it does, and I would express that magic as being literally holy, in the sense of being whole, healed. This is then impinged on the attitude and mindset of the people. There are people who at daytime love to play roles to deceive others, but I would say everybody especially enjoys to have the opportunity to be oneself, and for that the night just provides the best scenery. Even though there are people where it may be more enjoyable for others when they would not be themselves at night, with the vast majority of people one can notice a radiance and a congruence that barely can be found at daytime. At the end of the night, it's just as it is with dreams. As soon as you wake up, they disappear along with the atmosphere that accompanied them. It would be nice to at least be able to save a little bit from the night mentality to the day. A bit more honesty, a bit more coherence, a bit more of the real important things and topics in life. I don't think this would compromise the glamour of the night. The night is and remains the undisputed diva. I wish you all the best and see you next time.